Hi guys! I thought I would log on tonight and try doing a little wreath centerpiece for my coffee table in the living room. Something to go around this candle holder. So I thought, well, I'll just use this 12-inch hoop or wreath form, and it should fit really good in there. Now later on, I have a sun stencil, and I'll probably put that in there as well, so I have the sun and the moon. So I'll probably do that one at a later time, but I want to get this wreath done, and I'd never done one with the deco mesh. I was looking on YouTube, and I found one where they just use little strips of these. So I think that's what I'm going to try tonight. And I ended up getting some in the white with the silver. And then I also got a spool. I already cut it for the other one, but it's kind of like a bluish. I thought that would tie in a little bit. But then I also got some scarves, and I thought, well, maybe I can tie in some scarves. So I went and I cut up 3 scarves. See these colors? It ties in with that moon. And it's like silvers and grays. I think that would look really nice. So, doesn't look like anybody's logged on yet. I hope somebody logs on and catches me. So all that I'm doing was, this is my second spool of the white with the silver. I could only find one of the blue, so I figured that if the scarves don't work, I'm gonna do 2 of the white with 1 of the blue. Otherwise, I'm gonna do 1 of each. The 1 white, 1 blue, and then a piece of the scarf in each bundle. Now, what they said I needed was the wreath form, this here, and then normally I use zip ties, but they used pipe cleaners to kind of hold them on there. And the pipe cleaners kind of have like a silver shine to them. So that'll even work to my benefit, because I can actually have the ties towards the top. And whatever is there, I can like make them into little wispies if I wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and use pipe cleaners like they were using. And then if you have one of these little tools, it's going to save you some time. Instead of using the scissors, I figured I would use that. So all that I'm doing is cutting it 8-inch strips. And then they said that you only need 18 clusters for this entire wreath. And it turned out really nice and full. So I have most of the stuff already cut. I did that beforehand, but I wanted to kind of show you a little bit as I'm waiting for people to log on. So it's pretty simple with this little cutter. They come with different blades too, and I've had this one for years. I haven't used it for quite some time, but I got it out just for this. A lot of times I used it to make bears. I used to make teddy bears. I don't do it much anymore. My elbow can't handle all of that. But it's working so good for this. You still want to be very careful so that you don't cut your fingers. So if any kid was wanting to do this, I would recommend having the grown-up do it because it is sharp. Hi, Danny. Hi, Auntie. So I think I have plenty on there. And then this is what's left over. I'm going to keep it because like I said last time when I did that wreath centerpiece with Sebastian, I could make these into floating candles. So I'm saving them. So maybe somewhere down the road, that'll be another one of my crafts. And before I get too far in, I want to thank everybody because I posted last night that I was just one person away from 200, and I have reached 203 followers. So I really want to thank everybody for that. And I did draw the 2 names. So Jasmine and Melissa, I will be contacting you. You guys a special something. Hi, Sebastian. So I just wanted to kind of doll up my coffee table. And so I thought, well, I'm not moving this because this is going to stay there. How can I doll it up a little bit more? So if I put like a little centerpiece, like a wreath, and I can put all sorts of stuff in there. But the moon, and eventually I'll do the sun one, they will not, you know, they'll work for every holiday. So, and I don't really do a whole lot for the holidays decorating anymore. So this is going to be for me. And normally I do crafts and give them away for everyone else. This one is for me. Eventually, maybe I'll make some more. But I'm so excited. I hope this one turns out. I'm sure it will. But I'm so excited to see if this scarf is actually going to work well with that mesh. So, all that you need is the pipe cleaners. And it came in a package of 45. I cut it in half. I mean, I could have left them that length if I wanted to. But I'm only going to be going through 2 of these. So that will actually give me, you know, quite a bit. And then if it does show through, I can always curl the ends. Because with the glittery silver, it will look amazing with the little bits of silver in the deco mesh that I have there. And you never know, I might even put some long ones in there just so I have longer curls. Thank you, Auntie. Sebastian made me the stencil on his Cricut. And I'm not very good at painting. And I kept thinking, oh, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to put some shading on there. But I thought, well, I'm going to start small. And I'm just going to stencil it on there. And it'll be good. I have not done any more of the wrapping of the stones. But I did save a lot of the tutorials. And I do plan on wrapping some more of my stones. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make some clusters. It says I need 18 clusters for this. And how they did it, they said that there were several different ways. I'm going to move this out of the way too. So, you can just roll it the normal way, how it's automatically curling. Or you can do it at a diagonal, and that kind of leaves a, you know, like this. I kind of like it the other way. I mean, this would look all right. Maybe I'll do that at a later time, but I kind of like it just wrapped on itself, and it's just pretty simple. So you're kind of making like a little burrito, I guess. You're just rolling. And then how they did it with theirs, because they had 3 different, they had the white, they also had a red, and then they had another color. But they just tucked them between your fingers, and that just holds it in place. Then you take your second item and roll, and then that gets placed kind of like at an angle. And then you take your third one oh, you think I should do the normal way on the bottom and then the top one needs to go diagonal? That would kind of be a cool effect. Oh, the stone that I'm wearing, I purchased this necklace this way. Okay. So see how I have it kind of crisscrossed? So each of them are going, the white in this one formed an X, and then this one went through the center. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pipe cleaner and go through the center of all of those. And then I'm just going to give a little twist. So it's going to look like this on the wreath. Isn't that going to be cute? I think I like it with the scarf. It just kind of breaks it up a little bit. So there's one cluster. And they said I need 18 of them. I was debating on doing all the clusters before I even started. But I thought, no, I think it would be nice to see, you know, from start to finish on how to do it. Plus, if I did it beforehand, if I did everything beforehand, the live would only be like maybe 10-15 minutes. Oops. Making a mess. And really, it rolls up onto itself. If I wanted to, I could probably just pinch it in the center if I didn't want to roll it tighter. And then plus, after I get a couple of these done, I'm just going to go ahead and put them on the form. That way I have a little bit more room on my table. And this scarf that I got, it had the silver or the gray, the darker blue, the lighter blue, and a white stripe down it. And that was all on one thing. So I ended up cutting up the 3 scarves. I thought it was pretty cool that all the colors that I liked and that I was wanting and using. I mean, how do I get that lucky? And you know, with all the different colors and how I measured this out to do it, it's going to look really good because this gray, you know, when that's butted up against this, the gray is going to look really nice with it as well. And you know, just out of habit, I turned on my glue gun. because I thought, well, you never know, I might need it for something. But as I'm going, I really don't see the need of it. Hi, Lori. And all of the strips I cut in 8 inches. So as I rolled the stuff out, I cut it at the 8 inches, and then it just rolls up onto itself. And then you just kind of form kind of like a little star. And then you tie your pipe cleaner around. And I've just been doing one little twist. Maybe 2. And then once I attach that to my form, I mean, that's going to look really cute. I think the scarf will give it like a little warm touch. So how they did it on here was you have 4 of the little circles, metal circles. So first they're going to go and wrap these 2 outside ones. The next one, you're going to do the inside one. There's 2 of them there. You're going to do those. So this next one will go to the inside. It's going to be so cute. And then your next one will go towards the outside, those 2 outside. And I did do a little bit more than what they asked, just in case I want it to be a little bit more full. So I'm going to show you on the back. So I started on the outside 2, and then I went the inside 2, and then the outside 2. And I'm just going to smush them up together. I think that's looking cute already. And I also ended up getting some greenery, like pine stuff that I can twist in there if I wanted it to be more Christmassy. But as I got to looking at all my stuff, I was like, no, I don't want any greenery in there. I mean, I'm going to have my Christmas tree, and I'm going to have that tree in the entryway. I think this is going to be just fine, just sitting on my table. It doesn't have to be holiday themed. So there's that so far. Isn't that looking cute? And then having this in the center. I like that these colors go with this here. I love it. Okay. I'm going to keep on going. And if you didn't know how to do a wreath, I also wanted to let you know the label inside the deco mesh wrapper, on the back of it, it gives you instructions on how to do it. This one's for a bigger one though. It's for a 14-inch and my circle is a 12-inch. So this would be for a bigger one. But heck yeah, how sweet is that? They even give you the instructions. Tells you what all you need to purchase, everything. Thank you, Lori. When I first started doing these, I was really nervous. Especially, you know, if somebody's like standing over me, my brain shuts off and I get really nervous. And so I wasn't sure if that was going to happen to me on here. But it's so much easier because all that I see is myself. And then I can look at your comments. You know, if I didn't want to, I could just do the work. But I like interacting with everybody. And it kind of gets me out of my comfort zone because I don't normally do a whole lot of speaking and stuff like that. I get really nervous. But I thought, I could do crafts and do videos, and if somebody's wanting to watch it, I'm more than willing to do it. And since I have two spools of the white and only one of the blue, I figure if I do run low, I can always just do some bundles of white and stick those in there too, since I have more of it. Now the only downfall I am finding as I'm holding this, and they were a little bit better at rolling one-handed than I am. So I'm just kind of muddling through, and I find that the first ones get caught on the one that you're trying to roll. So it just kind of, you learn as you go, I guess. And I suppose the more you do, the better you'll get at it. And I'm finding some of these, as I'm rolling them normal, some of them are not going all normal. Some of them are going sideways. So it'll be good no matter what. And they didn't say how tight to roll them, so I guess you just play around with it and do whatever you feel works. I don't think there's a wrong way of doing it. They just said clumps of 3. I think you can do more than 3 if you wanted. Oh, Auntie, I have no clue. I haven't touched any buttons, so I haven't invited anybody. I'm thinking it means to have you like in a little square in my video, but I'm not sure. I'm not that tech savvy either. So I'm just going to see where I left off here. So I did the outside ones. Now I'm going to do... Oh, since I have another gray one, I'm going to go this way. I'm probably overthinking it because I don't want too many grays next to each other. And like I said, I'm probably overthinking it because I think it'll work no matter where you put it. So this one's on the outside. This one will go on the inside. And see, as I'm doing it, it kind of stays outward, and I'm just bending it towards the inside. Now, if I kept these really long, I could have some poking out, and I want to show you, because I'm probably going to put some of these big ones in there as well. So in each spot, I think I'm going to go to the middle ones. I'm going to show you what I'm thinking of doing. So if I bring this out, so all that I'm doing is this, it's all by itself, just this pipe cleaner. I'm going through the middle ones. That way it comes up here. Then I'm going to twist it and see how it sticks up out of my stuff there. I'm going to take a pen. And I did this with some of those slinky pumpkins. And I'm just going to spin it. Then I'll see what you guys think. Can you tell? I have like these little, if I lay that down a little bit, does it show up a little bit more? See how they twist? And that just kind of gives a little bit, I've been calling it pizzazz. Just kind of adds another little extra touch. So Danny, that's what I'm kind of thinking with this here. I have some curlies sticking straight up. I think that'll be cool. So after I get all the other stuff on there, I'm gonna put some of these pipe cleaner, the big pipe cleaners in there and doll it up just a little bit more. So the next one is to the outside. And this sweater is probably not a good thing to wear with it either because it's catching on all of the little wires and everything. So what do you guys think of that so far? Isn't that cute? And then if I have that on my table with this in the center, it's going to look adorable. And I can fit more than one because I do plan on doing the sun to go with my moon. And I really wasn't sure how this scarf was going to work with it because it's kind of like a felt. So if you don't have a scarf, I suppose you could get some felt as well. But I cut them to the same dimensions. So the scarf was a little bit wider. So I cut my 8-inch strips like I did that. And then I cut off the extras. And with this, I can see some little gnomes in my future. Or whatever. Anything. They can be reused. So I'm going to make some more little clusters. Yeah, I think that gray. And this one here is kind of like a grayish blue. And so I thought that works with evening colors as well. I just think all of them work so well together. And I'm just kind of going willy-nilly with the, I mean, they automatically curl on themselves. So I suppose if I wanted to, I could just gather it in the center and it would be bigger. But I do like having it wrapped around more than once. Now this little circle of scarf has a little bit of all the colors. I'm really liking how that looks too. All day at work, I was so excited thinking about this live, and excited about making a thing for the living room, for the coffee table. Okay. And I like that for this part, I cut the pipe cleaner in half, so it kind of goes a little bit further. If I would have just left them long, I suppose I could have tucked them back through, but I wouldn't have gotten as much height because it's already wrapping around this. So I ended up with, I did 2 of the packages, but I'm not even going to use all of these halved ones. So I can save some of those for another project as well. And I'll have tons left over. I think I'm probably going to be making a lot more of these in my future. I'm loving how this is turning out. And I have to admit, I figured I would probably end up having to take some of these off because I figured I wouldn't like it. Like I wouldn't like the blue with or this shade of blue with the scarf. So I thought, oh, after I start, I'm probably going to have to tear it all apart and start over. But I'm really liking how it's looking. So I'm doing about 3 at a time, and on each little, I don't know if you can see this, each little space, I'm going to call this the space, each one, so far I'm doing 4 in each space. 2 on the outside and 2 on the inside. Oh, Auntie, that's a good idea too. I don't know how they would look. Let's see. I don't know how. They want to curl one way. So it's kind of like one side looks better than the other. I mean, it kind of does like a wavy look. And you know, I don't think there's a wrong way to do it. If somebody wanted to fan them, do the fanning. If they wanted to just do them round like this, do them round. If they want to do them in the corner, I think this is a craft that's going to turn out no matter what you do, because you're just aiming for a full wreath. So as long as you fill it, I think it's going to work. But see how when I pull that out, I think it's just because of all the wire, and then it's wrapped around that little peg all the time, so it's automatically in that little form. And I don't know who thought of these projects, but kudos. I think they turned out great. And I'm glad whoever thought of these shared what they knew. It's kind of like recipes. Some people don't share their recipes, and then when they pass on, there goes the famous recipes, right? But if you let somebody know about it, that recipe lives on. Same thing goes for crafting, you know. And I had taught some of the grandkids how to crochet, and I'm really glad that they wanted to learn, because that's something that I wanted to be able to pass on. I did not want it just to go with me. This is going pretty quick, too. And I noticed I am starting to run out of the blue. So I might have to use those sparingly. Or maybe shift them down a little bit. Either way, it's going to look good. See how cute that's looking? And that's only half of it. And if I make it just 3, it would still cover. I'll fill where needed. Looking so cute. And I don't think my phone is actually giving off how cute it's looking. I really like the texture that it has. And it has just enough of that shimmer to where it's not overbearing. I mean, can you see that? I mean, it looks pretty shiny on there. But I mean, I'm loving it. And if I had wire ribbon, I could also put some wire ribbon in there. I think it just works no matter what. And if I wouldn't have added this scarf, this felt material, I think it would look more like almost too shiny. And I'm really loving how it incorporates the colors from the painting that I did the other night. Ooh, Lori, a plum would look good. Plum gray and silver. Yeah, the colors are endless. You can use any colors. Plus, I think somebody could do like their sports team, or Danny and I really like Harry Potter. We could do Harry Potter, house colors. You just have to find what works, because they have the white and silver, and then you could get yellow felt, or like a yellow felt scarf, and black. They have all different colors of this mesh. Right now the stores have a lot of red, green, and white. So I was very lucky to find this blue. And I found it just at the Dollar Tree. They have so much more stuff than when I was there the last time. I had to stay focused. Otherwise I was going to get off track. Does that happen to you guys? When you get to the store, you're only needing certain things, and then as you're going down the aisles, you're like, oh my goodness, that looks good. And then by the time you leave, you have a whole cart full when you only went for a couple items. Yeah, Danny, so one of these days you're going to have to come over and we'll have to make one for you for one of your tables. Or if you didn't want to hang it on, if you didn't want to put it on the table, you could even hang it on a door. Because this one here, I'm going to put a candle in it, or you could put a candy dish in there too. With Halloween being here, you could put candy, like a little candy dish, because that would fit in the center of this. I can't really see because of all the words, but I'm hoping you guys can see how cute this is. It's looking so cute. Don't let me forget to do the little wispies in between too. That'll be a good filler. Oh, Auntie, I'll try that. Let me see. Yeah, the fan fold doesn't work very well on the mesh, but maybe it'll work. Let's see. I think it would work. I think that would actually give a really cute effect when it goes up. It'll fan up like that. So that would be a good way of doing one as well. It would fill in the space a little bit. So yeah, maybe on my next one, I'm gonna fan the felt. Danny, the possibilities are endless. You know what? I do think we'll have plenty, because I've got 4 here. plus 3 more to do there. I think I'll have enough. I'm going to use up all the blue, put all of these on the wreath, and then I'll do white ones for filler. And I am finding, I want to pass along everything that happens during my craft. Some of the stuff from the mesh does come out just a little bit, but you're not going to lose it all. I mean, it stays on there pretty good. Oh, my goodness. Can't get over how cute that's looking. Ooh, lace would be pretty. For our 25th anniversary, the theme was kind of like lace and pearls. And that would be something that would look really pretty. Lace with some pearls coming up through there. And then our colors were pink and white. His mom chose the colors, just because I didn't want to throw a big party, and his family threw us our wedding, so they chose the colors, and it was beautiful. So it was pink and whites and pearls. So this is the last blue one. And I think even with this, you could even tie in some flowers. I think if you put like a little bit of a few sprigs of like maybe daisies. Daisies are my favorite, so that's my go-to. Or even if you did one with like yellows and browns, a sunflower would be really good in there as well. Now see, I'm also running out of the scarf. So it used up almost 3, well, it will end up using 3 scarves because I'm going to use those. I'm going to do a gray one next. This one goes to the inside. You know, I said it last time and I'll say it again. You know, it's kind of crazy that I like every single one of my crafts. I haven't had one that I haven't liked yet. It's bound to happen, I'm sure. But I'm loving how this is turning out. Oh, and I have to tell you guys, I got home and my husband was upstairs in his man cave, and he comes downstairs, and I told him that I was going to be doing a live. He told me to let him know when I was done because he wants to watch it. And he tells me that every single time I do a live. He wants to see it on the big TV. He wants to watch my stuff, and he's one of my big supporters as well. It's really nice to know that he enjoys watching them as well. This is so cute. Is it horrible that I get excited with my crafts? I mean, I get like really excited. I think this is adorable. So I'm gonna do white. I'm gonna use these two up. Then I'm just gonna do another white one. That way I still have 3 in the grouping. Oh, thank you, Auntie. It's one of my go-tos. I love the piano. It's so relaxing. Now, I did notice that when I did the one with Sebastian, I didn't play any music because I didn't need any. But but yeah, Brent noticed it too. He goes, "Oh, you guys didn't play any music." No, but it was still a blast, and I loved every second of that live. But if I'm by myself and I'm just in here doing the crafts, I always play, and it's just called relaxing sleep music, piano, meditation. It's got that stuff, and I just pulled it off of YouTube. Okay, so I'm gonna fill this space. And then I think I'm gonna work on the little wispies or curly cues or whatever you want to call them. See, look how full that is. Now up close, I can see some gaps, but it's not bad. I really love it. So I'm going to take these. The little ones, if I tried using those, I think they would be too small. I mean, I could wrap just a little bit around on the thing so I have some height, but I think I'm going to save these for another wreath. Alright, so where's my last one? There. So maybe I'll try one right here. Do another one here. And I don't have these twisted, you know, curled down yet, but I'm already liking how that's looking in there. And for this one, I'm just going around the center wires. And I'm just wrapping it twice. It doesn't have to be too tight. I'm stuck on my mesh. There we go. Now I've found I'm back at the beginning there, because this is my curlies from before. Now all I gotta do is curl them. And really there's no wrong way of curling them either. Just wrap it around your pencil. You can make them as tight or as loose as you want. They're looking so cute. It kind of adds just a little bit, you know, it kind of breaks up some of that the other stuff going on. But I like how it draws your eye to it. Is it showing up on there, the little wispies? I mean, you don't have to go all the way to the bottom where it's attached to the wire. So cute. Just adds just a little hint of extra pizzazz. What do you think? Do you think I need more of the wispies, or does that look good? Do you think less is more? And then I'll show you the candle inside. Do either, about an hour. I really like how I could even add, like if I wanted it for Christmas, I could add like a Christmas bulb every so often on there, just to give it a little bit of flair. But I like it just as is. And if you didn't want to have it on the table, I mean, you could hang it on a door. If you hang it on a door, I would probably add, you know, like a bow or something along with it. Can you see my gaps? Or does that look pretty good on there? I mean, I see a little bit of gaps. I'm really glad that I went for it with that scarf because I'm really liking how it turned out. And I think if I would have just done the white and then the blue, I think I would have ran out way quicker and I might not have liked it as much. I really like how this one turned out. It's going to look really cute on my coffee table. And later on, I do plan on doing the sun. I mean, they still fit in there. But I love it. And it's small enough to where it's not going to be overbearing on my coffee table if it would have been the bigger one. What do you guys think? Can you see it okay? I love how it turned out. And it was pretty simple. They gave me simple instructions on that YouTube thing. I wouldn't have had to search for it if I knew it was on the back of the label. I suppose I should have looked at that on the one that I used on that cornucopia. Hi, Sam. I love how the gray looks with it. I wasn't sure how the gray and the blue would work, but I think it all works well together. I think all the colors. Oh, Sam, you're fine. You're fine. If you want, watch it from the beginning later. Thanks, Lori and Danny. I'm really glad that you guys like it as much as I do because I think it turned out so cute. I wasn't sure. It's my first time using the mesh in this manner. Normally, I just wrap it around things. It catches on the sweater because it has it's almost like little wires. But it's fun to use, and it kind of frays a little bit on the ends, and so you have like little strings or wispies. But I think that adds character as well. I don't think my OCD will mess with me too much with the little strays. I just think it has enough, and it looks really, really cute. I'm loving how it turned out. And I am so glad that you guys tuned in. I wasn't sure if anybody would come on. It took a little bit for people to find me tonight. And I thought, well, gonna do it on my own. But I really love having you guys watch while I do it and give me input and feedback. And I just love how it turned out. And next time I will use the fan folding with the felt. I bet you I could do different colors of just the felt and use the fanning fold. So maybe I'll try that. See, not even using the mesh, just try the felt, like the scarves. And I ended up using all 3 of the scarves. And I ended up purchasing a black and gray. Yeah, black, gray, and white. So Maybe I'll end up making another one. Danny, the black and gray would work good in your house. I could use that scarf with maybe even some yellow. It would be Hufflepuff colors. So next time you come over, we'll have to see if we can find some yellow to put in with black and gray and white. I'm looking at your guys' comments. You guys are so sweet. I'm glad that you like it and you were able to log on. And I do want to really thank you guys again for getting us up to 203 followers. I really do appreciate it. And I love that you guys like watching me do these craftings. Kind of helps me. Plus, if it inspires at least one person, then it's for a good cause. I love how that turned out. Probably won't match anything in my living room. Well, it might match my curtains. I think because I did change my colors. I forgot I changed my colors. So yeah, it will match. It won't match my entryway though, because that one's more of like a burgundy cream, green and gray. But this will match my living room, and it matches this. So that's what I was going for. But you could do any colors. Any colors. And if you can't find this in the color you want, I'm sure you could find it on Amazon. If they didn't have it in the stores. Or one of the craft stores. I'm sure they have it. They have a lot more of a variety. And I have to remember if I do end up lighting these candles, which I probably won't because I have a really bad nana brain. And I'd probably burn the house down. But it still has the plastic on it. So if I did, I would have to make sure to take that plastic off of there. If I want it lit up, I will end up buying a battery-operated one because I forget things. When I started, did you guys think that the blue was going to look weird with the grays and this teal color? I really did think it was going to mess with it and not look good. But I think this blue mesh has just enough gray tone to it that it actually works. And if any of you make one of these, I mean, it only took me an hour. And that was after I did all my cutting. It took me probably about 40, well, probably not even 40 minutes to cut all of my stuff. Boy, it turned out so cute. And I know I keep taking this out, putting it back in. I find I do that on all of my lives. I take it out to show, and then I put it all back together, and then I take it back apart, and then I put it back together. I don't know. I have to figure out a way to where it'll look a little bit better during my lives. And if you guys have any tips or anything for me, let me know, because I am open to any of your guys' advice. You know, if you think I should try one thing, I'll try it just to see if it works. Oh, I love it. And you know, even if I wanted to make these for like gifts, I only spent, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for the wreath alone, it's going to be about $7. That's with the form, the pipe cleaners, and all the mesh and the I keep wanting to call it felt, but it was 3 scarves. So it would be about $7 worth of supplies. And then if you wanted this would only be $1, $2, $3, $4 minus the painting. Because they sell them just clear. Like if you didn't want, that would work too. Just plain, if you just wanted the plain on there. And I also have, let me grab it. I have a small one. And see, this has the battery operated. I could do this one because I won't burn the house down then. But see, if I did this one, I would end up putting rocks or something in there to build it up a little bit so I could see it. Or you could even put a candy dish in there. Candy dish would fit. That won't work. It would work for anything. You could hang it on your door with like a sign in there. Boy, if you guys make one, I want to see pictures because they turn out amazing. I thought it was going to be harder than what it was because when I did my first wreath with flowers, I used the pipe cleaners and it did not hold that well for me and I struggled a little bit. So with flowers, zip ties work best. But with this stuff, I don't think it's as heavy. So this works really well with the pipe cleaners. And you can use the leftover for wispies. Or curly cues or whatever you want to call them. I have also seen people do one like all black. And then out of poster board, they did a face. And they stuck the face on part of it. So this part here was all black and it looked like hair. And then they took like a little bandana and tied at the top. So it looked like a lady with her hair done up in a bandana. It was adorable. So I mean, these crafts with these wreaths and the mesh, it's just, you're unstoppable. You can make pretty much anything. But I did not think this was going to be as easy as it was. I thought I was going to struggle and fight with these clips or these pipe cleaners with it. I didn't think it would fill it out as much. I thought I was going to have to use way more than what they suggested. Which I do think I used more than 18 because they said 18 bundles. I think I used more than 18. Well, yeah. I used just a little bit. I think I used maybe 20. But yeah, how cute is that? You know, if I get tired of it on my table, if I ever get tired of that moon hanging above my mailbox, I could definitely hang this up there and it would look great. But I don't see myself getting tired of that moon. That's going to be up there for a while. And I don't see myself getting tired of this. It just looks adorable. I'm definitely going to have to make a few more. Because now I'm probably going to want one for my dining room table. To go, in my dining room, I have this glass bowl. And it's filled with rocks. And then I have fake succulent plants with 4 little statues. They look like stone people. And then in the tops, I put these little, I don't know if it's a type of cactus or whatever, but it's fake. And I stuck that in there for hair. But I wouldn't mind having a wreath underneath that. So I think maybe I'll do another one in a bigger form because that's a bigger bowl out there. And the table, I think for the size of the table, it would need a bigger ring. So I think that's probably going to be one of the next things I do there as well. But But Danny, we still have to get the kids over so we can do the Slinky Pumpkins because they were really wanting to do those. So next time you guys are over, we're working on Slinky Pumpkins. Maybe we'll do it live. We'll see. But I think I'm going to get off of here. Didn't take as long as I thought it would either. I thought it would take a little bit longer. But I'm going to get off, and then I'm going to message Melissa and Jasmine. Let them know about their gifts. And maybe I'll just send them supplies so they can do a craft as well. A goodie basket. That's probably what I'll end up doing. But I'm going to message them, let them know that they're my winners. And thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate that you love listening and watching me do crafts as much as I love doing crafts and visiting with you all. So I'm going to log off, and you guys have a great night. Thank you for tuning in with me. Bye.